Hello everybody, welcome back. We are in lesson number 41. In lesson number 40, we saw how we can use whatever concepts we had learned so far to create these interlocking polygons, which I thought was quite interesting. In this video, we will continue with the same thought. We will create different kind of spiral shapes in Scratch, which I think is also very interesting, right? So before we get started, let's just see what do we mean by a spiral shape, right? So basically, let's say a line which kind of keeps getting wider and wider, as we move outwards, right? So if you see this, for example, this was a squarish shape. Now this is a circular shape where, notice this line keeps getting, basically bigger and bigger as it moves outwards, right? So this creates a very nice 3D effect. Here we have a triangle, we have an octagon. Now we'll see how we can make all of this starting from where we were, which was, I will take the example of the square, right? Now remember this particular this particular code here, I'm saying repeat 4 times, move by 10 steps and turn 90 degrees, right? Now recall this particular thing will create a square, right? We have seen this in the last few videos, and indeed when I run this code I get a square, right? Now let's say I want to convert this program into creating a spiral for me with the basic square shape, right? How do I do that? Well, first of all, I'm going to open up this repeat loop, right? Now this may look a bit strange, but there's a good logic why we are doing this, right? So what I'll do is that I will, instead of writing a repeat as I had done earlier, I'll just write this 4 times, right? Now you might recall that this is how we had started building the square, and then we had put it all in a repeat, because we're just repeating move 10 steps, turn 90 degrees, move 10 steps, turn 90 degrees, and so on, right? So if I did this, I will get a square again, and this is not a surprise, right? Now just imagine that once I move by 10 steps and turn 90 degrees, this time instead of 10 steps I move, let's say, by 15 steps, right? So if I did this, then what will happen is that, notice my the second time I moved 15 steps, which was more than 10, that's why there's an opening here, right, when it came back here. Now let's say next time when I turn 90 degrees, I move by, say, 20 steps, and then subsequent times, let's say I move by 25 steps, right? So I mean, these are just numbers, but the whole idea is that I'm continuing to increase the number of steps with which I am moving, right? So if I can do this, now you can already see the spiral shape starting to form. Let's say I move once again with even larger step, even larger, I will end up with a nice spiral, right? I do this like multiple times, I will end up with a spiral, right? So that's the idea we're going to do, but how do we do that in a code? Very, very concisely, right? Now for this purpose, I'm going to use a slightly advanced concept, which is that of a variable, right? We talk about variables separately, but basically variables are like boxes in which Sprite can remember things, right? So we will create a variable and just call it extra steps, right? Now when this program starts, I will set extra steps to 0. Now within the loop here, right? So within, let's say, repeat loop here, I will say, move by, instead of 10 steps, I will use an operator here, and I'll say move 10 plus extra steps, right? So basically I'll say move, let's say 10 plus, and I'll use a variable here, extra steps, right? So now this, notice extra step is 0 in the beginning, so first time it will move 10 steps. Now remember, the whole idea is I want to move by larger and larger, make larger and larger sides, right? So what I can do is that I can keep changing extra steps by, so I'll turn 90 degrees, and let's say change extra steps by, say, 5, right? Now if I did this, what will happen is that in the 4 repetitions, first time extra steps will be 5, then it will become 10, then it will become 15, then it will become 20. So I will end up doing exactly what I did, right? So first time 10 plus 0, which means 10 steps, then 10 plus 5, which is 15 steps, then 20 steps, and then 25 steps, right? So that's how this whole logic will go. If I did this, I get exactly the same figure. Now I can just repeat this, say, many times, right? Let's say 50 times, right? This just just a number, or maybe even, so if I did say 50 times, I get, a nice looking square, right? So I get a spiral, right? The whole idea is that this variable, now notice extra steps will become 250. That's because every time in this loop, extra steps is changing by 5, right? Like I said, we'll learn about variables in detail later on, but here's the usage, right? Now let's say I wanted to do a triangular shape, right? So I really don't have to do much. All I have to do is that I can change this to, say, 120 degrees, because remember, to create a triangle is 3 sides, so 360 by 3 is 120. So if I wanted to just make this 120, I will get a triangular shape, right? And it looks quite beautiful, right? Now let's say I want to do an octagon, right? Which means I'm going to do 8-sided figure. 8 means I will do this as 45 degrees, because remember 360 by 8 is 45. And I will also, because this figure is going to be a little bit bigger, so I will make this, let's say 5, and change extra steps with 1, right? This I've practiced this before. I mean, you can also do some hit and trial and get this. And if I did this, I'll just increase the number of repetitions, so it looks a little bit nicer. But I will end up with an octagonal shape, which is becoming like a spiral, right? And looks really nice. You can always change color and so on and so forth. Now let's say I just extended this whole idea towards, say, a figure which is like a 36-sided figure, right? So which means that I do, instead of 45 degrees, I say I turn by 10 degrees, and I move by very, very small steps and change this also very slowly, right? So effectively, I'm going to go towards notice from an octagon, I'm going to go towards a very, very circular object, right? Circular kind of spiral. And this is the one that I showed you. So 100 seems small here. I can make it, let's say 200, and I can turn on the turbo mode to see what happens here. So I get this nice spiral, right? So notice how we started from a simple square and all these basic polygons, and how we converted that into a spiral. I hope you found this useful. Take care. Thank you so much. Bye bye.